Chloe, honestly, do you think my luck is that bad? Like, there's no way the first guy I let hit it raw is a carrier, right? Do I seriously need to go by those intense meds? Donna's voice floated through the humid, stale air of our dorm room, whiny and punctuated by the cloying, synthetic smell of cheap vanilla perfume. It was a scent that instantly triggered a gag reflex in the back of my throat. My eyes snapped open, staring at the popcorn ceiling of the dorm I hadn't seen in years. My lungs seized. The girl who, just moments ago in my memory, was dragging me into an abyss of death, her skin gray, lesions marring her face, was now standing right in front of me, checking her makeup in the full-length mirror attached to the door. My back was instantly drenched in cold sweat. The cotton sheets beneath me felt like sandpaper against my clammy skin. My heart started hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird, the thumping so loud I thought my chest might explode. The sound of my own pulse drowned out the humming of the mini fridge in the corner. It hit me like a freight train. I was back. I had been reborn. I sat up slowly, my hands trembling as I gripped the edge of the mattress. The digital clock on the desk read 10:14 a.m. Sunlight streamed through the blinds, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. This was it. I was back to the morning after Donna had linked up with some B-list TikTok influencer she was obsessed with.
Kyle.
She was totally captivated by his filtered abs and that blue verified checkmark next to his name on Instagram. She treated that verification badge like it was a knighthood. I remembered this day perfectly. She had even paid for the hotel room herself, a scandalous amount of money for a college freshman, just to get a taste of that clout. When she walked in this morning, she wasn't just happy. She was glowing, practically radiating smugness. She tossed her hair, the cheap extensions catching the light, and gave us a graphic, unwanted play-by-play of how hot the guy was. She was bragging about his skills, claiming he whispered promises about making things official, about putting her in his next viral video. In my past life, I was the good friend. I was the naive, supportive roommate. I warned her. I told her not to be blinded by a pretty face and a few thousand followers. I remembered her reaction vividly. She had glared at me then, snapping, "Chloe, can't you just be happy for me? You're such a hater. You're just jealous because you're single." So I shut up. I swallowed my concerns and let her enjoy her moment. But that afternoon, reality had set in. She had cornered me, gripping my hand with clammy fingers, her eyes wide and looking like a lost puppy. "Chloe, what do I do? It kind of burns down there, like a lot." In the last timeline, seeing her panic made me panic. I actually cared. I loved her like a sister. I immediately called my auntie, who's a nurse practitioner in Chicago, and she didn't mince words. She immediately recommended PEP, post-exposure prophylaxis. It's a heavy-duty antiviral regimen meant to block any potential HIV infection if taken within 72 hours. At first, Donna thought she could gamble with her life. She was terrified of the stigma, of the cost, of admitting the perfect Kyle was a walking biohazard. It took me begging her, practically dragging her to the pharmacy, to finally go buy the meds. She hugged my arm that day, flashing that fake sweet smile that I now recognized as a predator's grin. "Thank God I have you, Chloe. I would have freaked out alone." Yeah, right. That same girl who acted like my sister turned into a demon the moment she tested positive months later. The PEP hadn't worked, or maybe she didn't take it correctly, but regardless, she blamed everything on me. Donna refused to believe her precious influencer boyfriend subverted her meds or gave her the bug. Instead, she concocted this insane, delusional story that I brought the virus back from a water park trip I took with my family and gave it to her through what?
Telepathy?
Toilet seats? I can still see her trembling finger pointing at me from her hospital bed, her face twisted in rage, her beauty gone. "Chloe, I told you not to go to that trashy water park. You had to go be a slut, and now look. You gave it to me. My life is over, because of you. Who's gonna want me now?" It didn't matter that I showed her my clean health panels. It didn't matter that I explained how biology works, that you don't get HIV from a water slide. She was delusional. She even brainwashed our other two roommates, Jess and Lily, turning them into her little minions to trap me, bully me, and isolate me until I dropped out of college, broken and depressed. This time? Hell no. I'm not stepping into that trap. I'm going to watch her self-destruct in 4K resolution. "Chloe." Donna turned from the mirror, applying a fresh coat of sticky lip gloss. "Hello? Earth to Chloe? Did you hear me?" I forced a confused, sleepy smile onto my face. I stretched my arms, feigning a yawn. "Donna, honestly, I wouldn't know. I'm practically a virgin compared to you. Maybe ask someone with more experience."
Donna blinked, stunned.
She lowered her lip gloss, her brow furrowing. "What do you mean?" You're not gonna help me figure this out. She glared at me, her entitlement showing like a slip beneath the dress. Did you forget that when the other girls were icing you out during orientation week, I was the one who stood by you?
Huh.
Stood by me? You mean the class VP who scammed students into signing up for predatory credit cards to get kickbacks? The spineless follower who did whatever was popular? Being isolated by them was a badge of honor, though I hadn't realized it at the time. I put on my best innocent, wide-eyed look. I swung my legs off the bed. I'm just scared I'll give you bad advice, Donna. It's your body, babe. You know it best. Donna frowned, then a blush crept up her neck. A smirk appeared, replacing the annoyance. Her vanity was her weakness, and I knew exactly how to play it. You know, she giggled, looking at her reflection again. Maybe it's just because he was so big. He was aggressive, you know? Like, super dominant. I probably just can't handle a real man yet. I suppressed the urge to vomit. I smiled sweetly, my voice dripping with sugary poison.
Wow.
You found such a beast of a man. You're so lucky. Yeah, hold on to that good man tight, honey. Let him drag you all the way down to hell. Chapter 2. The Hallway Theater. After class that afternoon, the campus was buzzing. Students were rushing to the dining hall or the library, enjoying the crisp autumn air. I grabbed my chemistry books and tried to bolt from the lecture hall, desperate to avoid her. But Donna was faster. She stood in the doorway, blocking me with her body. She looked pale, her makeup unable to hide the sheen of sweat on her forehead. Chloe, come with me to CVS, she demanded, her voice tight. I need to get some cream or something. Monistat? Cortisone? I don't know. She looked around nervously, checking if anyone was listening, then leaned in and whispered in my ear, her breath hot and anxious. It's itching like crazy. I can't stand it. It feels like my skin is on fire. This was it. The window of opportunity for her salvation was shrinking, and she was worried about itching cream. I took a step back, creating distance between us. I raised my voice, pitching it loud enough to carry down the echoey hallway where a group of fraternity guys, including some of Kyle's friends, were loitering. Whoa, it got worse. Donna, we should go to the hospital. The chatter in the hallway died down. Heads turned. You don't want an infection to rot off, do you? That sounds serious. Donna's face turned crimson. Her eyes darted around, seeing the guys staring at her. She hissed, Chloe, shut the hell up. Do you want the whole campus to know? I shrugged, feigning ignorance and adjusting my backpack straps.
Chill.
Everyone here is cool. Besides, didn't you say it was just a friction burn from him being too big? The guys near the water fountain snickered. One of them, a guy named Brad who knew Kyle, raised an eyebrow. Actually, I continued, grabbing her arm with a firm grip and pulling her toward the exit, playing the role of the concerned friend perfectly. Let's go to the campus health center. It's right there and it's free for students. Donna turned pale. She ripped her arm away from my grip like I had burned her with a branding iron. Are you psycho? She shrieked, her voice cracking. The nurses there have seen everything. They gossip. I stepped closer, putting on my concerned mom voice, though my eyes were cold. They can take one look and tell you exactly what kind of funky stuff is going on. They have the rapid tests, Donna. You need to know. Donna stumbled backward, clutching her designer bag against her stomach as if shielding herself. I don't need your help. She turned and ran, her heels clicking frantically against the linoleum floor. She fled toward the dorms, desperate to hide, desperate to deny the reality gnawing at her insides. I watched her go, a small, cold smile playing on my lips. I knew she wouldn't go to the clinic. Donna had crafted this image of being a pure, wholesome girl for her social media. Her aesthetic was clean girl, beige outfits, green smoothies, Bible verses in her bio. But in reality, she was hooking up with thugs in middle school and juggling 5 guys at once in high school. Legend has it one guy even OD'd over her back in her hometown. She's had multiple abortions, battle scars she desperately tries to hide because her ultimate college goal is to bag a rich husband from a legacy family. She told me all of this on her deathbed in the last life, spitting the secrets at me like venom, trying to hurt me one last time. I checked the time on my phone. The 72-hour window for pet meds was ticking away. Tonight, that window closes. After that, God himself can't save her. As I stood there, a shadow fell over me. That was intense. I turned to see a tall guy leaning against the lockers. He had dark hair, messy in a deliberate way, and eyes the color of espresso. He wore a simple gray hoodie, but the watch on his wrist was a Patek Philippe, understated wealth. It was Liam, a senior.
Period.
The kind of guy who was out of everyone's league because he was actually busy building a future, not chasing clout. Roommate drama? I said, keeping my voice neutral. Sounds like more than drama. Sounds like a biohazard, he murmured, pushing off the wall. You might want to be careful. Guilt by association is a real thing on this campus. He didn't wait for response, just walked away with a casual wave. But his words stuck. He was right. I needed to get out. Chapter 3. The Stolen Lingerie. The resident advisor, RA, was a stickler for bureaucracy. She wouldn't let me switch rooms without a valid, documented reason, and off-campus housing was blocked for freshmen unless you had a special exemption. But I value my life more than rules. A few days later, a heavy-duty biometric lock I ordered from Amazon arrived. I installed it on my main drawer while everyone was out. I checked the campus housing forums every hour, refreshing the page until my thumb hurt, but no one had an open bed. Donna was getting more irritable by the day. She was snapping at everyone, complaining about allergies and flu-like symptoms, popping Tylenol like candy. While she was out studying, which meant stalking Kyle's location on Snapchat maps, I started packing up my personal stuff, locking everything down. While organizing my closet, I realized something strange. A lot of my lingerie and panties were missing. I buy expensive stuff. La Perla, Victoria's Secret, niche European brands. I treat myself because I like quality. Sometimes, in the past few weeks, I couldn't find a pair. I'd buy new ones, and then the old ones would magically reappear in my drawer a week later, smelling faintly of detergent but different. Stretched. A realization exploded in my brain. I yanked open Donna's wardrobe. It was a chaotic mess of polyester fast fashion clothes and knockoff bags. I dug through her messy pile of hoodies and crop tops. And bingo! There, balled up in the corner like dirty secrets, were my panties. A silk pair of navy blue lace. A nude seamless thong. She was stealing my underwear, wearing it, and then putting it back. A wave of nausea hit me so hard my knees buckled. I ran to the bathroom and dry heaved over the toilet. The porcelain was cold against my cheek.
No wonder.
No wonder she blamed me for giving her HIV in the last life. She probably thought she caught it from wearing my underwear. Or maybe she legit convinced herself my clean health report was photoshopped because in her twisted mind, our hygiene was shared. I ground my teeth together, so hard my jaw ached. I wanted to drag her out of class by her extensions and beat her, but logic took over. First priority, my health. I immediately booked a full STD panel at a private clinic downtown, far away from the campus gossip mill, just to be safe. I scrubbed my hands until they were raw. I threw away every single piece of underwear I owned. Then I went to the anonymous campus message board and posted, willing to pay double for a sublet or a dorm swap. Emergency. Need to escape toxic hazard. Serious inquiries only. Chapter 4. The Party at the Trap House. Donna was pissed that I'd been giving her the cold shoulder. She was used to me being her sidekick, her emotional support animal. To punish me, she started sucking up to Jess and Lily, the other two roommates. Whenever I walked in, Donna would loudly proclaim, "OMG, I just sent the funniest TikTok to the group chat. You guys have to see it." Or, "There's this new sushi spot, 5 stars. We have to go this weekend." Obviously, I wasn't in their new group chat. LOL. Like I care. I enjoyed the silence. I just needed to find a place and bounce. Her misery was just beginning. Seeing I didn't react, Donna upped the ante. "Babes," she squealed on Friday afternoon, applying glitter to her collarbones. "Kyle is hosting a pregame. He invited his influencer friends. Legit certified baddies and rich guys. We're all going this weekend." "Really?" Jess asked, her eyes going wide. "Like the guys with the blue checks?"
Yes.
"Young girls are stupid if they don't hustle for clout," Donna preached, looking at her reflection. Jess and Lily agreed instantly, nodding like bobbleheads. Donna glanced at me, sitting on my bed reading a medical journal on my iPad. She sneered. "Some people just don't have the vibe. Don't say I didn't invite you when we're popping bottles."
Please.
A guy who trades life-saving meds for candy and sleeps around like a stray dog? His friends are probably walking petri dishes, too. If they want to jump into the biohazard zone, I'm not stopping them. "Have fun," I said without looking up. By 9 p.m., Donna's Instagram stories were flooding my feed. The three of them were sandwiched between guys who looked greasy and way too old to be hanging around college freshmen. The apartment looked dirty, trash overflowing, cryptic lighting, smoke hanging in the air. The men looked at them with hungry, predatory eyes. The girls looked proud. Jess posted a dozen selfies with some SoundCloud rapper lookalike, cheeks pressed together. Lily looked a bit awkward in the background, nursing a red Solo cup, but she was trying to fit in. Soon, Donna started FaceTime bombing me. I declined. She called again and again. Finally, I answered. I wanted to see the train wreck. The bass from the club speakers distorted the audio immediately. Donna spun the camera around, showing off the VIP table, which was just a sticky corner of a frat house basement. "It is Chloe." "Jealous yet?" she smirked, slurring her words. Her eyes were glassy, her pupils dilated. "I'm generous though. Come through. I realize there's a guy here perfect for you." She swung the camera to a guy passed out on the couch, drooling. "Jess and Lily can't even get near the VIPs, but I saved him for you," she winked. It was clearly a trap.
They wanted to humiliate me.
"Actually," I said, my voice flat, holding my phone steady. "The RA just did rounds."
Donna froze.
The music thumped in the background. "She noticed you guys are gone." I lied smoothly. "She said if you aren't back by curfew, it's a write-up on your permanent record." And she mentioned something about calling parents because they found illicit substances in the hallway. Donna's face twisted into a mask of pure ugliness. "Chloe, you bitch. Why didn't you cover for us? We're supposed to be sisters. Covering for you isn't my job. Getting written up isn't my problem." Before she could scream more, a hand snatched the phone. It was Kyle. He looked at me through the screen with dead, druggy eyes. His skin looked sallow under the neon lights. He didn't look like his filtered photos at all. He looked sick. "You're the roommate?" He laughed, a dry, hacking sound. "Damn, you're mid. My boys wouldn't touch you anyway. You're lucky Donna even talks to you." I saw Donna squeal in the background, delighted by his cruelty. Then, I heard the static crackle of the phone hitting the floor as Kyle seemingly dropped it to grab another drink. I smirked. Some people just beg for their own destruction. I hit stop, recording on my screen capture. Evidence secured. If anything happens to them tonight, it's not on me. Chapter 5. The Exit Strategy. Saturday morning was quiet. The dorm was empty. They hadn't come back.
My phone pinged.
It was a reply to my housing post. "I have a room. Luxury apartment complex near the medical campus.
2 bedroom, ensuite bath.
My roommate transferred out unexpectedly. Rent is high, but it's clean. Attached were photos. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Marble countertops. A security desk in the lobby. And a photo of the living room where a familiar gray hoodie was draped over a chair. It was Liam, the guy from the hallway. I replied instantly. "I'll take it. Can I move in today?"
Sure.
"I'll send the address." I spent the next 3 hours packing. I didn't leave a note. I didn't clean Donna's side of the room. I took my biometric lock, my clothes, my expensive bedding, and I left. As I was rolling my suitcase toward the elevator doors opened. Donna, Jess, and Lily stumbled out. They looked wrecked. Makeup smeared, hair matted, smelling of stale beer and regret. Donna was walking with a limp, wincing with every step. They stopped when they saw my suitcases. "Where the hell are you going?" Donna rasped, her voice gone. "Out," I said simply. "I found a sublet." "You can't just leave," Jess cried out, looking panicked. "The rent. The utilities." "I paid my share through the semester," I said coldly. "Check with the housing office. I'm officially unlisted from this room as of an hour ago." Donna stepped forward, anger flashing in her tired eyes. "You think you're better than us? You're nothing without me, Chloe. You're going to be all alone." I looked at her, really looked at her. I saw the faint rash starting on her neck. I saw the fear behind the bravado. "I'd rather be alone than infected," I whispered, loud enough only for her to hear.
Donna flinched. "Goodbye, Donna."
"Good luck with the itching." I walked past them, the wheels of my suitcase humming against the carpet. I stepped into the elevator and pressed the button for the lobby. As the doors closed, I saw Donna collapse against the wall, sliding down in tears. Epilogue: The Clean Slate. 2 months later. The apartment was silent, save for the soft jazz playing from Liam's speakers. The scent here was different. Expensive coffee, old books, and fresh rain. Liam walked out of his room, holding 2 mugs.
He handed one to me.
"You look intense," he said, sitting on the opposite end of the plush sofa. "Just reading the campus news," I said, taking a sip. "Freshman influencer scandal. Health crisis at local frat house." The article didn't name names, but everyone knew. Kyle had been hospitalized with severe pneumonia, PCP pneumonia, a common indicator of advanced immune deficiency. The contact tracing had been brutal. Donna was gone. She had withdrawn from the university for medical reasons a week ago. The rumors were vicious. Some said she had a breakdown. Others said her parents pulled her out when the diagnosis hit. Jess and Lily were still here, but they were social pariahs, terrified and undergoing their own rounds of testing. I scrolled down. There was a blurry photo of the VIP table from that night, the one from my screen recording, now circulating as evidence of the reckless partying that led to the outbreak. Karma? Liam asked, glancing at my screen. Something like that, I replied. He looked at me, his dark eyes warm and intelligent. He knew pieces of the story, enough to know I had escaped a bad situation. He never pushed for details, just offered safety. Well, Liam said, clinking his mug against mine gently. Here's to new beginnings. And better roommates. I smiled, a real, genuine smile that reached my eyes for the first time in 2 lifetimes. To better roommates, I agreed. The nightmare was over. Donna was a ghost of the past, a cautionary tale whispered in the dorms. I was safe. I was healthy. And for the first time, I was truly free.